So after it was pretty much official, not like official, but a few days ago, I made a video reacting to all the people on the left side absolutely losing their minds and having complete mental breakdowns after finding out that it was almost official that Donald Trump had won the US election, that he was going to become the president of the United States once again. And that video, to me, all the reactions were absolutely hilarious because I don't take it seriously. Like I said in my previous video, I'm not political because I live here in Australia. I live here in Australia. So honestly, I see American politics as a reality TV show. That's what it is to me. And it seems that this reality TV show has gotten another episode after the whole entire people of all the liberals losing their absolute minds and giving me some great content of just them having full mental breakdowns and posting it online. They started a movement, something called the 4B movement. And you've probably already seen this online. But what it is, if you don't know what this is, it's basically a movement where all these girls who are obviously liberals or Democrats or whatever you may know them by, far left, radical left people, I don't really care, but they are now coming out to say that they will no longer be sleeping with men because of the way that the election went. That is right. These women are now completely going to be celibate and not sleep around with any men. And some of them have actually gone further than this as well. We're going to have a look at a few videos of some of these women just going like, you know, pretty much like I said, becoming completely celibate. And some of them even going further than just becoming celibate altogether.
The first question I'm asking everybody in my life from this moment forward, who did you vote for? If I get anything aside from Kamala, get the out of my face. I am done, honestly. It costs me $0 to cut people off. And in this economy, I'm taking all the free shit I can get.
She's like cutting people off just because they voted for someone else. And like in America, this is seen as a normal thing. But in other countries, like the rest of the world looks at this and just goes, this is completely stupid. The fact that some girl is willing to cut people off just because they have a different opinion than you, just because they voted a different way, like, really?
All I have to say is good luck getting laid. Especially in Florida, because me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement. That's my next plan, and I'm dead fucking serious.
This second one, it is really funny where she says good luck getting laid, especially in Florida. Two things, love. Two things. It's like they're just making it out that only, you know, men voted for Trump and that was it. Like that was it. Like it was only every single girl in America voted for Kamala. That's not even true. There were so many women who voted for Donald Trump. And I've seen a lot of them on the internet say that, hey, I was a woman and I voted for Donald Trump because I thought that he was better for this country moving forward or whatever it may be. And then two, Florida won like majority vote in that state. So what do you mean? Like, oh, especially in Florida. Florida turned red. I'm not even American, and even I know this because it's like a quick Google search of like, you know, the US state election, and it shows you a map of what states won it. And obviously I was watching it as well because like I said, I love US politics because it's great. It's great content. I mean, I'm making a video because of the US election, and like it turned red. What the hell do you mean, especially in Florida? And there'd be plenty of girls out there, plenty, who would be fine sleeping with a guy or like dating someone who voted for Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency healthcare, you're fucked and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the Handmaid's Tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit.
Let's be honest with this one, guys. Let's be honest. I'm not going to get into the whole abortion thing and stuff like that. I'm really not, because that's not my talk and stuff like that. But in terms of like not sleeping around, this girl will have no problem with that. Let's be honest. I'm sorry, lady, but I'm pretty sure that all the men in America will be fine with the fact that you're off the table. I'm sure of it. I'm 100% sure that the men in America are just looking at you making this video and just going, thank God. Thank God. Now I don't have to swipe another time when I'm on Tinder. I don't have to swipe left. I have to swipe left one less time while I'm on Tinder.
To the men of America, thank you so much, because you have now officially pushed any woman who was ever questioning herself away from you and into my arms. And I am now 100% gay. I wasn't sure before, but now I am positive. So if you're a man, don't look at me, don't touch me, don't speak to me, don't breathe near me, okay? Okay, I'm glad we got that sorted.
That's fine. You know what? If you want to be gay, that's absolutely fine. And if you want to take some girlies with you, that's fine. Because then, like I said, I'm pretty sure that, you know what, the girls that you are taking with you are the ones who are not all mentally there. Because I'm sure that it's not all these people who voted for Kamala as well. I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of girls who voted for Kamala and like, oh, we didn't win the election. That sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But the crazies who are going as far as just, you know, cutting people off and saying they're not going to sleep together, or saying that they're moving completely away from men and they're going to, you know, start sleeping around with girls, that's fine. You know what? You're taking the crazies with you. You know, you're a crazy person. You're taking all the crazy girls with you. So I'm sure that not a single person will mind you taking them with you. Go ahead. Go ahead, lady. That's fine. It's cool. We're fine with that.
Found out my husband is a Republican this term. Isn't that fucking nice? Well, guess what? He about to come home. It raining out. I locked him out. I packed my suitcase. I'm going to divorce his ass. I'm done. I am done. It is now over. 4B Queens! Woohoo!
You know what? Good for this man. Good for this guy in terms of, like, you know, not him saying that like, oh, it's better that he voted Republican. Like I said, I'm Aussie. I don't really care what side you vote, but it's good that he stuck to his values of what he believes. That's what's great. You know, you shouldn't be swayed by your partner to want to vote. Like if I was here in Australia, the election comes up in 2 years and I was dating someone and she wanted to vote for one party, but I was like disagreeing with it and I wanted to vote for the other party. You should stick to that. And you know what? Good for this man doing that too, because then he has a crazy bitch fucking leaving him, because no woman, no real woman would leave their man just because he voted for someone else. No real woman would do that. So you know what? You're saving this man. You have saved the brother. You've saved the brother from your absolute, you know, degeneracy. You have saved him. You have. It's great. He's going to be moving on from you. He didn't have to even do it himself. You've done it for him. You know what? He was probably just like, man, she's getting a bit too crazy. Just a little bit. Thank God she's done the 4B movement and now he's completely, you know, taken her crazy ass away from me. We have another one. This girl broke up with her boyfriend just because he was Republican and has now decided to officially join the 4B movement. This whole entire movement is ridiculous. And it's it's really funny because it's really like contradicting themselves a lot of the time. Because when it comes to a lot of, like, you know, the left and right, people on the right have always been more, you know, religious people and stuff like that. You know, as you can see, I always wear a cross in my videos. I'm somewhat religious. I'm definitely probably not religious as other people are, but I am on the side of where I'm more in the middle, I would say, where when it comes to the liberals, they're very much more of like, you know, saying that you can sleep around with whoever you want, you can go do whatever you want with your body, while the right has always been, you know, be more celibate, be more with God, you know, don't just go sleeping around. It's such a bad thing to do. Me, I just don't really care what other people do, honestly. If someone wants to go sleep around, they can go ahead and do that. But in this whole entire 4B movement, it's like they're doing what the other side has wanted them to do this whole time, where it's just like, respect your body a little bit more and don't sleep around. It's almost like they're like, you guys are being celibate? That's great. That's great. You want to do the 4B movement because you don't want to sleep around with people who don't have the same, like, morals or viewpoints as you? That's great. That's what you should be doing. So it's like, it's contradicting themselves because they're like, oh, we're not going to sleep around anymore with people who have different opinions than us, or we're not going to sleep around at all anymore because we can't have babies. It's just like, well, you're doing two things that they want. They want you to not sleep around anymore because they believe more in celibacy because they're more religious people. And then also they don't want you to procreate because they don't want, you know, people all of your point of views to procreate and make kids with the exact same point of view. So really, you might think that you're helping them out, that you're like going against them, sorry. But really, I think this is actually going for them. If anything, you're kind of, it's like a double-edged sword. You think you're doing bad against them, but you're really not, because like I said, even though you girlies are just sticking by the 4B movement, there's a lot of fish in the sea. There's a lot of fish in the sea. It's not just America either. There's so many countries. There's so many countries like here in Australia who are looking at this and just going, you girls. And maybe even if there's like one or two guys who are probably doing the same, there's always some dudes out there. There's always like one or two dudes who are like, yes, I'm with these women and joining the 4B movement. One, shut the fuck up. But there's a whole bunch of people in the world like me who's looking at this and going, you girls are a complete joke. You're stupid. This 4B movement is dumb. It's really, really, really dumb. But yeah, I would definitely like to hear what you guys have to think about this down below. What do you think about this 4B movement? Are you part of the 4B movement? If you are, if you're on the left and you're joining it, let me know. Let me know. That's absolutely fine. If you want to go ahead and do that, that's absolutely fine. If you're not, if you're on the other side and you think that this is as funny and as stupid as I do, I mean, it's just great. Like I said, this election has brought great content to me. Another episode in the US political reality TV show that it is. Honestly, no script writers could ever have come up with something as good as this. Ever. That's going to be it for me. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.